How are you? How was your week? Was it a good week? It was a real bit crazy week, wasn't it? Because school started. People going back to work full time. And stuff is happening. Stuff is always happening. And it happens to everyone. There's all kinds of stuff going on in the world. All kinds of stuff going on in your world, in your family, in your life. And sometimes it's really scary. So I was thinking about that because we've had a couple of crises in our family. We've had a couple of crises in our school, and not big ones, just enough to make you crazy. And so yesterday I was walking to work and I was scared about something, and I started praying, and it was hard to pray because I was so afraid. So I did the best I could, and I cried, and I begged, and I thought, how much longer is this going to work? How much longer? When is God going to be like, all right, that's enough. No more. No more. No more praying. No more begging. I can't do this anymore. So I'm praying. I talked to my friend. I calmed down. Who thought I could do that? I go to work. I had a little crazy day, but it was okay. And then I get home and I find out that the crisis had calmed down and was doable. We could work with it. So this morning, I come to work early today so I could do this, and it's dark out, and I'm walking. And after a while, I realize it's light out. The darkness, slowly, without my realizing it, had made way for the light. And I thought about it, and I'm like, wow, that's it. From darkness to light. So I looked it up because I know that's in there. I know it's in the Bible, from darkness to light. So here's Isaiah 9, verse 2. Now those people live in darkness, but they will see a great light. They live in a place that's very dark, but a light will shine on them. It's bad. Goodness is coming. Matthew 4:16. These people who live in darkness will see a great light. They're saying the same thing Isaiah is saying. They live in a place that's very dark, but a light will shine on them. So if Matthew is saying the same thing Isaiah said hundreds and thousands of years before, maybe it makes sense. Maybe it works. 2 Corinthians 4, verse 6. God once said, let the light shine out of darkness. And this is the same God who made his light shine in our hearts. He gave us light by letting us know the glory of God that is in the face of Christ. God brought light to this crazy place by sending Jesus to help us. So that's from darkness to light. There's also fear. There's so much fear. How do we move from fear to confidence? 2 Timothy. Fear to confidence, meaning I'm afraid. I don't want to be afraid all the time. I want to feel confident. I want to feel like I got this. 2 Timothy 1, verse 7. God did not give us a spirit that makes us afraid. He gave us a spirit of power and love and self-control. And I have to figure out how to use that power that I was given. So here's the thing. We can move from darkness to light, from fear to confidence, from chaos to peace. John 16:33. I told you these things so you can have peace in me. In this world you will have trouble, but be brave. I have defeated the world. Don't worry about anything, Philippians 4, 6 through 7, but pray and ask God for everything you need. And 1 Corinthians 14:33, God is not a God of confusion, but a God of peace. This is true in all the churches of God's people, which I kind of like that one. So listen, you got crazy stuff going on in your life. I get that. And I think everyone has this. I think that everybody's going through something, whether it's at work, with the family, with your extended family, with home. Everybody's got something that's causing fear, that's making chaos in your life, that's scaring the crap out of you. All right, don't tell anybody I said that. So you pray, and you think, I don't even know if this is going to work, because the fear is taking over. You pray. And slowly, without you even knowing it, the sun comes up. Peace comes to you. Confidence that you can do what you need to do to change the bad things to good. I don't know how it happens. I don't always understand it, and I almost always don't necessarily believe it, but it happens over and over and over again. And I need to remember that. I'm like this rebellious child who's so stubborn. I don't want to trust that this is going to work. Matthew 11, verse 28 through 30, kind of gives me the bottom line on this. Come to me, all of you who are tired and have heavy loads. I will give you rest. Accept my work and learn from me. I am gentle and humble in spirit, and you will find rest for your souls. The work that I ask you to accept is easy. The load I give you to carry is not heavy. And the reason it's not heavy is because when you ask for help, you get it. Even if you don't believe it. You know, it's so much easier to believe this when you're in church, or you're listening to a Christian radio station, or you're doing a video. It's so much harder to believe it when you're in the middle of it. And you could be in the middle of it for maybe 2 hours and you're still, you forget. This is why I'm doing it over and over again, because I need to remember. God's going to help us through this. He's going to give us the lightness. He's going to give us the peace. And He's going to give us the confidence to be able to do what we need to do. Casting Crowns sings a song, God of all my days. I came to you with my heart in pieces, and I found the God with healing in His hands. I turned to you, put everything behind me, and found the God who makes all things new. I looked to you, drowning in my questions, and I found the God who holds all wisdom, and I trusted you. And I stepped out on the oceans, and you caught my hand among the waves. It's not just that we need to believe that it will happen. It's that we have seen that it has happened. For thousands of years it's happened. It's happening now. It happens to me. It happens to you. I guess that's the thing. God has always been, is here now, and will always be. And in order to remember this, you have to repeat. That's what I do with my children at school. For them to remember something, they have to repeat. They have to say it over and over and over again. So, that's what we got to do. We got to say it over and over and over again. We got to think it over and over and over again. We have to remember, this too shall pass. The darkness will change to light. The chaos will change to peace. And the fear will change to confidence. And we will once again be okay. We're going to be okay. The bad things are going to get better. Sometimes it's going to get bad again. And then it will get better. You have to remember that. I have to remember that. You can see the light. You see the light in the window? Got to remember it. When you wake up in the morning and you see that sun coming up, you got to remember. When you see a calm lake, it's peace. You remember. When you feel good that you know the answer to something, that's confidence. You got to remember. So I'm going to keep reminding me, and I'm going to keep reminding you. And we're going to keep doing this. And we might repeat it. But repeating means you remember. When you learn a Bible verse in Sunday school, you repeat it over and over and over and over again. So know this. The bad stuff gets better. Bad stuff comes again, but it gets better again. And God's right there. Whether we think it or not, whether we question it or not, He does not say, "You're questioning me, I'm giving up." He doesn't do that. Although sometimes I think He will, because sometimes I do. I think we just have to know that He's there. So we're going to repeat it over and over again. Just like I repeat this. I love you. I miss you a lot. But we will be together soon. Have a good week. Love you.